All right, welcome to the fourth and final review of the evening. Up this time is what I assume is pronounced SOPA. Um, I'm not sure if it's an acronym or an initialism, but I'm going with SOPA. Um, Tale of the Stolen Potato. Miho steps into the pantry to fetch a potato for his grandma and falls into the magical world filled with wonders. Meet quirky characters, venture through the depths of South America, and learn the importance of the things that we pass along in this unforgettable emotional narrative adventure. I guess we get to put that to the test when we do the next year-round episode in about a year's time. But for now, yeah, SOPA is a 3D point and click adventure game, really. Like, this is a good old school adventure game in places. Other places, it does that like 90s kids educational thing of interspersing mini games in between segments. Like this beginning segment here, after Miho goes to get the potatoes and encounters the potato thief, it will go into an action sequence more reminiscent of an auto-scrolling 3D platforming level. You know, think like the bear chase in Crash Bandicoot or something like that. And, you know, they've got other gameplay segments that break up the adventure game segments. Like the next one is a rafting set piece. And then you get to, I don't want to say the hub, but really the main adventure game place of the market. And that's where you're really going to get into the puzzle solving. And thankfully, it doesn't do the kids' game thing of having quote unquote puzzles. You know, as in, you know, like a really obvious thing goes to really obvious thing. No, this game has proper puzzles. They're not complicated, and thankfully not really moon logic-y. Because, okay, this game bills itself as something for all ages, but I don't quite agree with that. Maybe that's the intention, that, you know, adults can enjoy this alongside their kids, kind of deal. But I never shook the feeling that, now, this is a game more for kids. In fact, I did contemplate letting my nephews and or niece try out the game, but thought better of it because, honestly, they're not necessarily the demographic, but you know, they don't know what PC games are. They game on their phone, and that may actually be a big problem in reaching actual kids, because, you know, it's not like how it was 30, 20, even 10 years ago, where you could be reasonably assured that a child would have had access, or, you know how to play a game on a PC, as opposed to, you know, the phone and tablet generation. And that is a shame, because this is actually a pretty good kids game. And that's kind of the other thing. Like, I kind of lost interest in the middle of it. It's nothing against the game, but once again, this just feels so very coded for kids. You know, like when you get to the marketplace, it's a fantastical marketplace filled with frogs who hate eating potatoes. That's such a children's trope there. And, your main character is a boy of, say, 8 years old, somewhere in that range. So, while it's trying to come across as an all ages type of game, I'm going to call it like I see it here. This is a game intended for children. Now, it's a really good children's game in that it doesn't talk down or is cynical. It's got a lot of heart to it, which is always good. But, saying that this is something that a 30-year-old could enjoy, I don't know. That feels like a stretch. On the other hand, it's also something that isn't going to make the parents of children, reach for the remote, so to speak. Reach for the exit. So, like I said, it's a bit of an unfortunate situation. And I don't know if this game has got any mobile ports planned for it. Because currently it's out for all the major consoles and PCs. But once again, even being on, say, the Nintendo Switch, that does make it more likely for children to play this, but not as likely as if they have a mobile device, because, it's more unusual when somebody, especially children, don't have a mobile device.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do think that this is a game that children should experience. It's a complete game that doesn't talk down to them. It's just, I don't really have much more in terms of it talking about its mechanics, because they're fairly straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
As you might see here. Like, here's the puzzle. You gotta get a boat, and, your oar is a broom, and your boat is a tray, I believe.
Yeah, tray or some kind of bucket.
Once again, that's very kids game coded, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On a couple of levels. Once again, this is like child using his imagination, which I don't put it past that. This is all make believe, but that's not the point. It's all child friendly from the focal point of a child. I can't really emphasize that enough. And yeah, here's the action sequence I talked about, or at least, once you get past the pink dolphin, which is kind of a giveaway of where this game was created. Kind of, but not, it's not Brazil, it's Colombia.
I was going to say, the pink dolphin is a very Amazon basin thing, isn't it?
Yes. But it's also worth noting that the Amazon River is more than one country.
Oh, yeah, it's freaking... That's why I said Amazon basin. It's a significant chunk of the middle of Brazil and also goes into some of the other countries.
Yes. The other key is like Spanish versus Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyway, putting all that aside, if there's another problem with this game, it's too bright. You'll see it when Petty gets to the marketplace. Provided he gets that far in the review, but oof. it's one of those games where the brightness settings are too high or something.
I can already tell there's a lot of bloom going on here, and there's also some weird clipping effects with the water that my GPU doesn't like.
Yeah. It's not the it's got a bit of the Unity jank.
Yeah.
Not as much as some games we've seen, but it's definitely there.
It's not awful, and like I've seen worse effects in kids' games.
Yeah. Also, it's got a fixed camera, so that gets a bit dodgy in places. Once again, it's not a deal breaker or anything, but it is certainly something that can lead to some frustration. Because otherwise, it's a pretty good-looking game, artistically speaking. And also the soundtrack.
I didn't say anything. I just scratched my nose. I didn't think that got caught.
Okay. As I was saying, in the soundtrack. Oh no, I'm getting some feedback there.
Weird. Is it fixed now?
No, I think my phone wasn't muted. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. As I was saying, the music is very Latin American.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Indeed, but just the whole time, I felt like I was listening to Tropico again.
I guess, what are your feelings on the Tropico music?
Pretty high, actually. It's just the heavy use of accordion. Kind of reminded me of a Daniel Indart track. But yeah, all in all, some jank aside, this is a pretty good kids game. The problem that might most arise and might be most trepidatious to would-be purchasers is the completion time. Because I'm noting like a 4 to 5 hour estimated completion time here. Once again, that's another thing that this is meant for a younger audience.
Oh yeah, like 4 to 5 hours is decent for a kid's game.
Yeah. But here's the price that this is clocking in at. $20. Yeah, I think you can see the problem here. I know the whole dollars to hour ratio is a controversial subject, but it does exist. I'm like, $20 for something this short,
especially something this short for your kid.
A tall order.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm gonna go with a wait for a sale recommendation.
Right.
Like, it's a good game, but I don't think it's got quite the justification for $20 here. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely start seeing just some
Any
of the
other
brightness
comments,
issues
questions,
here.
or concerns over SOPA here?
Not really. I think I'm getting close to the part where you were talking about.
Fine, aside from if it's simple.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
What was that, Penny?
nothing. I think you're having some connection issues.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Hello?
All right, you there now?
Yeah, I think it cleared up.
There's a heavy delay though. And you're also getting feedback again.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. Testing.
We can hear you at least. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Your mic is still picking me up as well too, though.
Well, we're about to wrap up, so let's wrap up.
All right.
All right, so that'll about do it for this installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. So coming up on the week ahead, on Wednesday, February 4th, we'll be having Jevon Wright of Stormcloak Games. They are the developers of Adaptory. I think that's how they're... Adaptory. Deep in uncharted space, your expedition took a challenging turn when your ship crash-landed. Master complex situations to keep your outspoken explorers alive. Face unpredictable challenges and figure a way out back home. So, looks like a side view survival game. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. We do have a new episode of MSP planned, and no Friday show this week. So, I suppose look forward to that in terms of the staff here. And yeah, I think that'll about do it for this week. So until next time, I shall wish you good gaming.